this is not something that any of us is new to any of us. We all have gone on a celibacy journey from our young ages. Before we were even thinking about the opposite sex, we were not thinking about, sex, and we were getting a lot done during those times. Before we were, our hormones started raging and everything. That's some of our productive years as a youth. And so none of us are new to it. It's just that as we get older, we allow our focus to go in places where they don't have to stay, but this is where some of the focus is when it comes to dating, especially in today's world. All right, and so I'll just, like I said, I'll just talk about it in different ways. Okay, so instant gratification is one of the issues that we have when it comes to sex and relationships and this journey. And so everything around us allows instant gratification, and it's a result of this world that we've created. We've created things, and as we evolve as people, we create things to make life easier. So whatever we can create to make some function that takes an hour, take a half an hour, that's what we'll do. Whatever we can create to make something that, can, take a half a day to produce, and we can cut it down to, 3 hours, we'll create that. And so on and so forth. And so now we're at this point where we have all of these creations that we've come up with that cut down time for everything from the way we eat to the way we communicate to the way everything that you can name in our world, there's some kind of instant gratification. And so now we have instant gratification in the dating world that we see on dating apps. Now, how much instant gratification is that, right? If you think about talking to your grandparents about dating today, I wonder what they would say. Like, Grandma, today we can get on a machine, type some things with our fingers in just a few minutes, and look at pictures and read a couple of words, and we can have a date that same day. Now, I'm curious what Grandma would say to that, because back in our grandparents' time, of course, the courting went on. Dating it was a process, and it definitely didn't happen in a few minutes, right, as far as setting it up. It took a lot more than that. So we take these things for granted because this is the world that we live in. So we can set up a date in a matter of minutes. It doesn't take any time. It doesn't take any time. We got this swipe left and swipe right thing going on where we are looking at people instead of getting to know people. It's about what you see in front of you more than it's about who the person is. And for the person who is on the other side of the screen, whose picture's getting swiped, they have to kind of be creative with trying to, in a short amount of time, tell someone who they are in a few sentences. And so this is the dating world today. And so when it comes to sex, this kind of influences that. Of course, because of the ease of getting together, we have people get into sexual scenarios with the same amount of ease. And, going back to what Grandma would say, I'm sure she would have some choice words for that as well. How some people choose to forego relationships altogether and just, have physical connection. And that's not what the intended purpose of the sexual act is about. at least in my opinion, and I think a lot of people agree with me. We have this sacral energy. That's that energy center where we create life with. We get together and we connect and exchange and share, our creation to make another. That's so powerful of an act. And to just go and do that, without, even knowing the person is something grandma, I'm sure wouldn't approve of. But this is what happens today. And to each his own. Everybody has their own ways of living life. However, this is the world we live in. But for folks who want a lasting relationship, for folks who want a real relationship, people who want real connection, that's not appealing. And so instant gratification is something that you get away from when you're on the no-fap and the celibate journey. Because now you learn how to control yourself when it comes to, your sex, your intimacy, your physicalness that you share with others. And so you, a lot of times people on no-fap and celibacy don't even date. But, there are people who still date in that while they're on their journey. And so with sex out of the picture, it allows for, you slow down and take your time to actually know the person that's in front of you. And so you kind of get away from this instant gratification, which is not good as far as dating is concerned. And I think Grandma would agree. All right. And so that's one of the benefits to this journey.